Today I've got two instruments that need some work. They both need to be set up. I've got this Fender Precision Bass and this Schecter Diamond Series Strat. Let's do it to it. First up is this P-Bass. Been sitting in the garage for a long time, he said. And he just wants to get it working, set up, new strings. Let's plug it in, see if it works. Scratchy loose pot. Another scratchy pot here. Alright, let's check it out. Let's take it apart. Okay, before I take the strings off it, what I like to do, get it up to pitch and check the relief. Touch at the first fret, touch about the body joint, and tap to see what kind of clearance there is under this string. Gives you an indication on the relief. So we're going to tighten up this neck. The adjustment is in here. Looks like they notched it out to be able to get a little tool in there. So that's handy. Yeah. I'll tighten it up right now. I'll give it a quarter turn. Definitely tightened it up. This fret's got some weird marks in it. Let's see if we can just polish it out. Let's try a little steel wool. You know what that is? That's lacquer. The rest of these frets all seem to have the original lacquer on it. Let's see if I can sand some of this. Seems to be taking it off. Now I'll go with some steel wool. Big difference now. Look at that one. Come down here, look at these. Okay, let me go and polish all of these like that. I'm going to move on over to this Schecter now. This is a Diamond Series guitar. It's got Duncan pickups and a Floyd Rose trim system that isn't quite set up just right. Okay, the first thing I want to do here, release some of this string tension. Get this to come down, whoops, without breaking a string. So what we need to do, these springs back here need to be tightened so we can get a little more tension to compensate for the offset on the bridge. Look at how loose these are backed way out. Why would somebody do that? I don't know. Now it's tuned up to pitch, but now I can see this is way too low. We want this to be just about parallel with the top. So I'm going to loosen up the springs a little bit, and that'll put a little bit more lift on that bridge. I'm going to loosen the springs a little bit, just about a half a turn. Now, almost there. I think these are I think he said he had 10s on here. So these are going to be a little more tension than the 9s. I'm going to put 9s on it for him. So this is going to need to be kind of reset up once I get those other strings on there. Okay, now I got the strings on there, up to pitch. And you can see that the bridge is still sitting way down. And that's because we went from 10 to 9 on the gauge. And so you can see there's not enough tension on the spring. The springs aren't putting enough tension. The strings aren't putting enough tension to bring this bridge up into position. So we're going to loosen the springs on the back a little bit and then bring it back up to pitch and then see where we sit. It's kind of a back and forth thing. That's why it takes a little longer to set up a Floyd Rose than it does to set up a standard bridge. Or any floating tremolo takes longer, actually. Floyd's a little bit, it's about the same, actually, as a floating bridge, but it takes a little bit longer because it's a lot of trial and error. Okay, now I went back and forth a few times, and now I got the bridge sitting perfectly flat. Normally I'd like to have it up above the body, about 3/32, but because this is a recessed pocket here, we still have room for the bridge to move up and down. So keeping it perfectly flat is fine. Looking at the action now, the action is pretty good. Let me measure it. We could do some minor adjustments. And as far as the relief, I'll check that as well, see where we're at. Well, let's get these strings on here. Get some tension on here so we're not rattling. Let's check this radius. It don't look so good. Not touching on the A string at all. Let's set these saddles. We'll check the height on the low E and the high E string. I should say the action. It's a little low, 64ths, it's 4, and about 5 on the high. So that it's good on the high. It's a little on the low side for a bass. So we'll raise the low E just a little bit. Try to get this around 5 or so. 64ths I'm talking about. 5/64, not millimeters. Now let's set this radius. I got my 7¼ inch radius gauge here. And you can see it's touching on the low string and the high string. The D is not touching, the A is super low. So let's bring them up. Now it's touching the A. That's ringing clear. Now it's touching on all the tops of the strings. You can see it's muting all the strings. Now that radius looks right. Okay, let's see how it plays. So checking the action with the 1st fret capoed, I'm going to touch at about the 17th fret and then put a feeler gauge at the 6th fret, and I can see I got about 4/1000ths relief, which is just about perfect. So the relief is good. The action at the 12th fret, which is the height between the fret and the bottom of the string, is about 3.5 on the high E and 4.5 on the low E. So that could probably come down a little bit. Let me bring it down to maybe 2.5 and 3.5. And the way to adjust it are these two adjustment screws right here, which look like they are Allen heads, and it's the same as the Floyd. So we're going to bring this down a little bit, double check the measurement again. That's just about 3. Let's bring it down another little touch. I like to keep the action as low as possible without it buzzing out anywhere. So we're 2.5 and 3.5. Okay. Retune. Okay, so now let's put the saddles back in on the nut. We'll tighten it up and we'll check that it stays in tune. Very important, stretch these strings out before you tighten up that nut. Retune again, this time using the fine tune adjustments, obviously. Now let's check to see if this thing stays in tune, which was one of the complaints he was having. This doesn't stay in tune. A little bit, which is normal at first when you're first setting it up. It does take a little bit for the strings to stretch. Getting a little bit of a buzz. I'm going to raise the action a little bit. Sometimes it just doesn't play good at such a low action. It's a little bit of a trial and error to see how the guitar, where the guitar wants to be. Let me raise the high E and the low E just a little bit. Okay, that's how you set up a Floyd Rose. The P bass. The first bass, I believe. First electric bass.